Hi guys. Hi everyone. So we got some stuff to talk about. Last episode of Supergirl. So it was in my opinion, pretty good. Uh yeah, so let's talk about some stuff. So one thing to talk about is let's just get right onto it, which was Alex. I was very curious about how they were gonna spin that exactly with, Martian Manhunter taking all the memory zone stuff, I didn't understand how they were going to do that. So, but I think they spun it okay. There's obvious repercussions, like Alex can't remember Kara's favorite movie. There's going to be stuff Alex did forget. So, and definitely, things are changing kind of with the relationship of Supergirl and her. But let's not get into that till later. So, because there's a moment I'd really like to talk about where I thought maybe Supergirl was a little bit in the wrong. So, but we'll talk about that. So, one thing to talk about is Nia Null. So, I just want to say that for all these shows, these Arrowverse shows, I love them all. I think one of my problems with these shows is the 23 episode mark sometimes because they drag on these episodes so long. But because you have this villain and you gotta make him the villain the entire season. Flash, they keep doing this thing where like Cicada keeps getting away, even though Flash can freeze him in time. He fucking somehow Cicada gets fucking flies away because Barry Allen decides to stop punching him and go to his daughter to hug her. So, another thing to talk about is. Oh wait, sorry, yeah, I was talking about my problem with these CW shows about it. But with Supergirl, I feel like they're really onto something with having Agent Liberty, being the first act kinda, and now we're kind of doing this. We've been seeding, Red Daughter Supergirl, so which is really cool that they're doing like a version of Red Sun Superman, which I've been excited for since I think because she was teased at the end of the third season. So I've been really excited for this. I kind of didn't understand what was wrong with her, so we kind of didn't get an answer. Someone in America is working on Russian Supergirl now. I will say, obviously, fucking spoiled on it. Lex Luthor is coming. Thanks, Wade. So, no offense, Wade, but I like to not know about this stuff. So, that's just me. So, nevertheless, though, I'm very excited because he is a part of the Red Sun Superman story. Although, he doesn't work with Russians, he works with America. So, it's a very long Elseworlds comic. So, but yeah, so anyway, I was talking about, Supergirl. I feel like they've been doing well because, they see it, Agent Liberty, first act. We've been seeing Red Daughter, Russian Supergirl. And then we've been seeing, Nia Null. So the thing that's interesting about this to me is, uh, Arrow and Flash, they have a whole superhero team of sorts, and I feel like Supergirl's never really had that. She kind of did last season, but we got rid of a lot of them. I will say for Nia Null, I was a little annoyed with her at the beginning because she was. I think she's too much like Kara in a sense. Like she has Kara's old job. She acts clumsy like Kara, and yeah, it was just stuff like that. So. But yeah, nevertheless, I've grown fond of her since second episode, I think. So I've really enjoyed her. I've never seen that actress. I think she's from Maine, so which is really cool because I'm from Maine, and I think she went to Orono High School where I went to. So but I only went there for 1 year. I hate Orono. But anyway, yeah, it's a shit high school. But we won't talk about that. We're talking about Supergirl, and that's just my personal opinions about high school. So high school is never fun. Um, I think that she has really been coming to her own, and I really like that we've been having these episodes where they're kind of building her character. So it's really cool we're doing that. One thing to say that uh, I will say in this episode, it was interesting to learn about her family, her race, bit of her culture. Because it's always fascinating to me. I feel like in DC, live action stuff, I want to explore the culture of some aliens and stuff. So it's always cool that Supergirl can do that. One thing to say is I don't love that the mom died so quick. That was a mom, right? Yeah, she got bitten by a by some sort of spider, and then her sister is, she's waiting to get the powers that Nia Null has, which I will say I'm not. I'll talk about the negative stuff at the end of this because I want to talk only about the positive stuff because, to be honest, it's so easy to focus on negative stuff. So I much rather talk about the positive stuff, and then I'll go into my negative stuff about her. So uh, I love the scene where her sister is kind of giving a speech, and then she sees a vision of agents of Liberty coming and about to, they're trying to attack. They're kind of it was some, I don't know what was going on. I can't remember the name of what was going on there. They're having some kind of church thing in the barn. I can't remember. I'm probably wrong. You're gonna comment and be like, "You fucking idiot." So I apologize. I don't really remember why they were there in the barn. I just remember the sister speaking and that Nia Null saved her sister, and then the sister got really fucking mad. So, and she was like, "How could someone like you have these powers?" Um, Another thing too to talk about is I really love that moment. And this was a great moment. I love this moment with Supergirl and her where Ian All, she's like, my sister hates me. Uh, you know, the how could you understand? And Kara parks the car and she stands there and she's like, I understand better than probably anyone ever could. And she fucking jumps in the air and reveals herself. And then she's like, oh man, this kind of made me tear up, honestly. This was a really good line, which was you have a family, I'm your family. Oh, that was such a good line. It felt comic book to me. You know? It felt really cool that she said that. So another thing too that I think I liked was I liked the conversation with the dad. Like, you have always been my daughter, talk. So at least I think it was him. Anyway, he had the dream, and oh my god, the fucking awesome fucking costume. Oh my god, let's talk about that costume for a minute. That was an awesome looking costume. It looked, the design, the threading. Ah, it looked cool. So I never really understood the domino masks and how they conceal your identity. So, but whatever, Robin has used that in the past. So, I don't question that too much. So But yeah, her costume looks sweet. Uh, Another thing to talk about. I Now I'm going to say my negative stances on this. I didn't love that they made her an alien transgender. What I mean by this is I feel it is a much stronger story if they had made her a human transgender, uh, female, because uh, it's this thing of like, I think it's the second, third episode. She talks to Jimmy, and it's like she has this moment of like, coming to him and being really open like with him, like, hey, I'm a transgendered woman, kind of showing, she's dealt with discrimination. So, because I think it's a really cool standpoint from a human transgendered, girl to talk about, how they have, because I'm sure there's transgendered people out there who have faced discrimination, you know, and, to compare that to what's going on in, the world of Supergirl where aliens are being discriminated against, it's interesting because you have this thing of like, well, aliens are being discriminated against, but also humans discriminate against each other. So it's just it was really interesting. It felt powerful to me, and I feel like it's a bit ruined because now when I think about that scene and she's an alien transgendered when she reveals that in the mid-season finale, I think, okay, well, in this scene to Jimmy, you're really only defending your own rights. It makes for a much stronger story, in my opinion, when it was the idea of that she is a human transgender. I feel like that is what they were going to go with, but they changed it. I don't know if that is what she was in the comics. Would have preferred if she was maybe a meta. So, because this will go on to my other negative thing. I don't understand her powers because, going back to the sister, even though I hated, she said it like this, like, how could you have these powers? I have to agree with the sister because, not to be mean, but she was born a guy originally. She wasn't born female. She said females in her race only get those powers. How could she get those if she was born a boy? That doesn't make any sense at all. So, but that is personally me. I don't understand it. I really think they should explain that at least. Make it a quick explanation or whatever. I don't mind. I would just really like to, explained. So I feel like that should be explained. I feel like that's my biggest question out of her whole character is how could you have these powers? It doesn't make sense for you to have these powers because you weren't born female. So even though you are female, you weren't born that way. So uh now moving on from the Null character, let's talk about Supergirl this episode. I thought she was really good. I talked about my favorite line in the whole episode, which was, "You have a family, it's me." I like the scene where I think it's the beginning, and it's at night, and this alien's coming at her, and she's like, look, she's not even looking at him, and he's coming. She's like, fucking hits him. That was so cool. That felt very Superman to me, kind of. So, uh, another thing to talk about too is now this is where I thought Supergirl was stupid, and it's kind of weird. I agreed with Alex on this part, which was Alex was going to shoot this, the person that was on drugs. I think it was on drugs, or it was an alien or something. But they were going to kill a human, and Alex was going to shoot the alien after the alien, she asked alien, stop, or I will shoot. And then Supergirl laser beams the gun out of her hand. I get the whole thing of not killing. But it's like this thing of like, if there's a guy with a knife about to stab a girl and the cop needs to like, shoot this guy or the girl will die, you know, he should take the shot because, the girl is at risk. I felt Supergirl was wrong in that case. I also like too how, because I feel like Kara sometimes, the only time she's really felt not powerless was, I feel like Kryptonite. So, and Alex talks to her like, you're impenetrable. You're literally the girl of steel. You don't know what it's like to be vulnerable. So I kind of agreed with Alex, but I will say, I take a little back about what I just said about, Kryptonite. There are other times Kara's felt weak. So there were times. So, but it's mainly just been Kryptonite scenes. And, well, no, I guess there was in the third season. She fought Rain, and Rain beat her. So that was one. Probably in the first season, too, when she fought the Kryptonians. And that all those Kryptonians disappeared. But we're not talking about that season. Yeah, I mean, that's all I really have about the episode. So, 1 to 10 rating for this episode. I'm going to go with an 8. So, really enjoyed, actually I might, well, no, 8. 8's a pretty good number. So, because I think the episode was good. I think that I want the power thing explained. I need to know why Nia Null, has these powers. Even though she was born originally a boy, I need to know how she has these, because only females in her race can get these powers. It doesn't make sense. But that's really all I want explained. So that's probably my only problem with that whole character, which is nice that that's my only problem. So, because I would like to have no problem with these characters, which is nice. So it's nice that I can just love these characters, because I love the show. I love Flash, I love Arrow, and honestly, like I said at the beginning of this, they always have these trouble of the 23 episode marks, and I feel like Supergirl this season has been, they haven't dragged out the villain, like, Flash and, Arrow doesn't really have a main villain right now. I'm not sure what's going on with Arrow, so there's not really a main villain right now currently. Maybe the Flash Forwards are the villains. Yeah, I mean, just, seeding Red Daughter, Supergirl, just all that. So, anyway, this has been my review for Supergirl. I think 4x11 Blood Memories. So, thank you for watching. And by the way, I have a Patreon, which I will put in the link in the description below, too. So if you want to help out the channel and just donate a little of that, you can. Hold on. I'm going to take a drink of water because my mouth is dry. Also, if you want, I have a Twitter, and if you have Twitter, follow me on Twitter. So, very nice there. I post mainly about DC stuff. So, it's kind of weird. I used to be a Marvel guy. Now I'm not. I'm mostly a DC person. I feel like Arrowverse is the reason well, actually, it might be Batman that got me out of DC. Or Marvel. Ugh, I'm tired. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good night. And, by the way, I just want to say, love Nia Null's costume. I can't wait to see that on February 17th. Is that when it is? I think it is. I think that's when she will have the costume. Also, I will have a video out soon for the last episode of Arrow I watched. So not the last one and not the 150th episode yet. So those will be coming later. Probably not until next week. I'll be doing one on The Flash. one on Black Lightning. So, and again, thanks for watching. I know I said that like 3 times now. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Bye.